Men are not afraid of poverty, nor of hardship, but the most dangerous thing is craving the wrong things. Just one moment of blind desire can be enough to ruin an entire lifetime. As the ancients said, one word greed, endless disasters. Yet, many men today still fall into sweet traps that seem harmless, only to end up dragging themselves into tragedy. In this video, we will look at the 6 most dangerous desires, things that silently eat away at a man's career, dignity, and future. Watch carefully, because even falling into just one of these, can be enough to throw your life into endless suffering. 1. Craving a beautiful wife just to show off. Many men, when choosing a wife, do not prioritize love, compatibility, or character. They only want one thing, beauty, a wife who looks stunning so they can hold their head high in public, drawing admiration. To them, a wife is no different than jewelry, a luxury car, or an expensive suit, a tool for vanity. But the harsh truth is, outward beauty is not the foundation of happiness. It is like a glossy layer of paint on a house, shiny on the outside, but perhaps rotten within. A man who marries only for looks will eventually pay the price with days filled with insecurity, jealousy, and exhaustion. Imagine, if your wife is too beautiful, you'll always live in suspicion. A glance from a stranger, a random message, all are enough to make you restless, jealous, unable to find peace. From a confident man, you turn into someone weak, constantly afraid of losing her, living in defense mode instead of enjoying love. Worse, if she knows her beauty is her weapon, she may use it to control you. From the way you dress, the way you interact, to the standards of the household, all dictated by her. You are no longer the master of your home, but a servant, a subordinate, in your own family. And as years pass, beauty inevitably fades. Skin ages, the figure is no longer perfect. What remains is not looks, but character, kindness, and care. You can live a lifetime with someone decent and loving, but it is unbearable to live each day under selfishness, coldness, or manipulation. Many men marry beautiful wives just to impress friends, only to later complain over drinks. It's exhausting to live with a beautiful wife, you have to treat her like a queen. At that point, the bitter truth dawns: did you marry for companionship, or to serve? The ancients taught, beauty fades quickly, but character endures. Marrying a beautiful woman is not wrong, but if it's only for shallow pride, you're locking yourself inside a golden cage, dazzling on the outside, but a prison within. Be wise, marriage is meant for happiness, for sharing burdens, for building a home together. Outsiders may admire you for a few seconds, but you are the one who must live with her for a lifetime. Do not trade your long-term future for fleeting vanity. 2. Craving vanity, borrowing to build big houses and buy luxury cars. Some men are strange, they have no money but are terrified others might know they are broke. If a neighbor builds a house, they must too. If friends change cars, they must follow. If colleagues buy designer goods, they must match them. Their pockets are empty, but their mouths crave pride. So, they borrow from banks, mortgage their property, beg from friends, even borrow from loan sharks, just to build a shiny facade. A 5-story house with marble floors and crystal chandeliers, a brand new car gleaming on the street, all for others to admire. Yet behind that glamour are sleepless nights of debt, the crushing weight of interest. Think about it, does that big house truly bring happiness to your family? Or is it just a gilded cage trapping everyone under endless financial pressure? That new car may impress others, but inside you're always anxious, afraid of the bank's calls, of overdue payments, of repossession. That so-called pride looks like class, but it's actually foolishness. A truly capable man does not need to boast. He lives within his means, saves wisely, and makes his money grow. Meanwhile, those who live for the gaze of others run an endless race, exhausting themselves, losing everything. Remember, no one lives your life for you, no one pays off your debt for you. When you collapse, no one will pity you. Pride lasts only a moment, but the burden remains for years. The truth is, wealthy men are often simple and modest. They don't flaunt, they focus on real value. True class is not in houses or cars, but in how you live, how you nurture your family, and how you master your own life. Don't waste your life in debt for shallow praise. What's the use of a big house or fancy car if family dinners are filled with arguments, if children grow up under stress? A real man lives honestly within his means, building a long-term future instead of chasing short-lived vanity. Never let a house crush your family's happiness. Never let a car drag you into a lifetime of debt. 3. Craving extreme frugality, the foolishness that ruins a lifetime. Many men think they are wise by being frugal, but in reality, they live a cruel life toward themselves. They scrimp on food, on clothing, toil day and night, giving everything to their wives, children, relatives, and friends, while neglecting their own well-being. These men never buy themselves new clothes, never enjoy a good meal, never see a doctor for checkups. They believe their sacrifice will make others grateful forever. But life isn't so kind. Outsiders take your money, smile, and walk away. Family members grow accustomed to your giving, and take it for granted. When you collapse, sick and exhausted, few will truly care. The truth is, money is made to serve life, not to turn you into a machine that churns out wealth until you die in silence. Saving is good, but saving to the point of self-destruction is foolishness. You toil to let others enjoy, while you live like a beggar in your own home. The ancients said, money not spent on yourself will eventually belong to others. When you're strong, people praise you. When you collapse, all that remains is pity before they move on. A man who doesn't love himself is not admirable, but pitiful. You can work hard for your family, but you must live for yourself first. A healthy, happy man who respects himself can truly protect and care for others. Do not confuse sacrifice with self-destruction. True sacrifice is balance. Blind sacrifice is ruin. A wise man understands, he himself is the greatest asset. With health, you can make money. With clarity, you can care for others. But if you neglect yourself in the name of frugality, you're digging your own grave. 4. Craving pleasure, neglecting your career, a few nights of fun, decades of regret. Some men revolve their lives around drinking, gambling, and partying with friends. They see it as joy, as proof they are generous, fun-loving. Weekends mean bars, karaoke, clubs, non-stop. They call it stress relief, a reward after hard work. But it's no reward. It's a sweet trap silently killing your career. Look at the cost: money wasted, time wasted, energy wasted. A single night of fun might cost hundreds or thousands. You wake up the next day with a pounding head, falling behind at work. Worse, it becomes a habit. Soon, it feels like life itself. While you waste time, others are learning, working, building their futures. After 5 or 10 years, you look back, and have nothing but some photos and a beer belly. Meanwhile, others have careers, families, and stability. Pleasure is not the same as fulfillment. True enjoyment comes from discipline, from controlling your work and finances. A man is defined by his achievements, not by how much he drinks or how many clubs he's been to. Nobody remembers how many bottles you emptied. They will remember who you became, what you built. If you waste your youth, by 35 or 40, you'll wake up too late, watching your peers succeed while you are stuck in empty habits. This craving looks harmless, but it is a sweet poison that destroys both willpower and character. Once you live in indulgence, it is hard to rise again. You will have lost health, time, opportunities, and even your family's trust. A wise man learns discipline: finish work before play, earn before spending. Enjoyment is allowed, but only at the right time, in the right measure. A few nights of fun in exchange for decades of suffering is not enjoyment, it is self-destruction. 5. Craving to get rich quick, losing money, dignity, and future. Every man dreams of wealth. But the most foolish desire is wanting to get rich quickly and easily. Promises of invest 1, earn 10, make money while you sleep, become a billionaire overnight lure countless men into disaster. But no path to wealth is so easy. Truly rich men work tirelessly, study constantly, endure failure, and live years in solitude. Meanwhile, you throw your property, your loans, even your family's future into risky schemes, all for the illusion of instant riches. Many fall into scams, pyramid schemes, worthless coins, fake investment projects. At first, they boast, they brag, they lure friends in. Then one crash, and everything vanishes. Money gone. House gone. Friends gone. Worst of all, the trust of your loved ones gone. Some are crushed by debt, hunted by loan sharks. Some even lose the will to live. The biggest loss is not money, but dignity, honor, and the chance to start over. Once branded foolish from greed, it is hard to ever lift your head again. If you want wealth, start with real work, real savings, real learning. Slow but steady is better than quick and ruinous. Don't believe apps, seminars, or slick suits promising heaven. Be wise: money doesn't appear from nowhere. Assets come from sweat, effort, persistence. Quick money is easy, but lasting wealth is hard. Only lasting wealth is true achievement. Do not let greed and impatience make you a fool who thinks himself smart. One wrong step can destroy your whole future. Sometimes, walking slowly on solid ground is far better than running into the abyss. 6. Craving to take on everything, thinking you're strong, but actually foolish. Many men think, only I can do it right. Others will mess it up. It sounds responsible, but it is actually foolish greed. You cannot do it all, earn money, manage work, handle family, care for relatives, and still refuse help for small household chores. The more you take on, the faster you collapse. On the outside, such men look strong. But inside, they are weary, irritable, bringing negativity home. Their wives and children feel excluded, untrusted, and distanced. Then one day, when he collapses, no one can replace him, because he never allowed anyone to share the load. The ancients said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. A wise man never turns himself into a beast of burden. He knows how to trust, delegate, and build a team. Thus, he saves his energy and mind for the bigger picture. But the man who clings to everything, thinking himself capable, ends up a burned-out fool. Illness strikes, his career stalls, his family suffers. That is not strength, that is stupidity. Remember, not knowing how to share is a weakness, not a strength. A respected man builds a team, spreads responsibility, and avoids overburdening himself. That is the foundation of sustainability. A man who wishes to live long, healthy, and meaningful must learn to let go. Share with the right people, at the right time. Trust those around you. Care for your body and mind. Don't wait until collapse teaches you the lesson others learned long ago. A man's life is not meant to be a machine of burden, but a life of meaning, companionship, and leadership. And that begins only when you are wise enough to release unnecessary greed. A man who wishes to hold his head high and live with dignity must let go of foolish desires. Do not crave a beautiful wife only for vanity. Do not crave status and debt. Do not crave extreme frugality at the cost of your health. Do not crave pleasure at the cost of your career. Do not crave quick riches at the cost of your future. And do not crave to take on everything until you collapse. The ancients taught, the wise man does not crave what is in front of him, but plans for the long road ahead. Be bold enough to refuse temptation. Be humble enough to share burdens. Be wise enough to stay clear-headed for the future. If you find this video helpful, please like, comment your thoughts, and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss new lessons. May you always stay wise, strong, and live a truly meaningful life.